Ian, we got a Patreon poll topic. Every week you can go to
Patreon.com/CU podcast.
Woo, raising that average up to 250.
Yep.
We're back from 200. In third place, third and second place were really tight. I might keep them both for the next week. Third place at 24%. What retro game console would you want an entire library of? No questions asked. Second place, what bad games have good soundtracks at 29%. In first place at 47%, which is almost what it was last week, by the way. Ian, what would the CU podcast look like without Pat?
I'd probably discuss a lot more modern gaming, first and foremost.
Okay.
I'd probably be able to keep up on that stuff.
Is that a hint?
I mean, it's a little bit of a hint. I'd also probably take a lot more. I'd probably do a lot more, I don't know, esoteric topics.
Well, first of all, would it be an Ian solo podcast, or would you want a partner?
Oh no, I'd have to find a partner. I would never do a solo podcast.
Okay.
Ever.
You don't think you'd have the cojones for it, or you just don't feel it's interesting you talking about stuff?
I just can't listen to myself ramble for that long. I can't.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like someone like a Richard Masucci would be a real good co-host.
Oh, you think so? You think there'd be some good interplay there?
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
You think that would be good?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
You don't think he would say he was sick and not show up when he's really not sick?
I mean, he might. Anyways, so maybe him or I could probably find someone else that was pretty good too.
You're going in a direction there for a second.
No one.
I thought we were going a nice, tidy little skit direction there. Ian's got cold feet, I think.
Yeah, because we talk about it a lot. I'd probably discuss some more music stuff, and the podcast would probably be much shorter. Well, not shorter than this.
We're doing an hour 15
Yeah,
now.
not shorter than this. If
we don't do those 3-hour sessions anymore we used to, or 2 hours.
If it was just me, it would have to be a lot shorter.
If it was just you, would you do like a radio voice like, hey, this is Ian popping out in San Diego. It's clear skies and good tunes are happening.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, I mean, the podcast, obviously, if you change it too much, it wouldn't be the CU podcast. But if I did the CU podcast, I'd probably talk a bit more about modern stuff. I'd probably focus on indie games a lot.
Well, let's put it this way. Pat's not going to be around forever. I could drop dead tomorrow. I would, power of attorney to Ian for the podcast. You can take it over. Seriously though, it's a brand, so it could be something to think about. You have those contingency plans.
I can think of some people who would be fun as co-hosts.
And I hate to say it, there might be a time where, I don't know, like maybe later this year where Pat needs a sabbatical since he hasn't gone on a real vacation in 12 years. Maybe you could think about a replacement for a week or two to help out.
Eric from Retail Archaeology would be a solid guy. So would John Riggs. John Riggs would be a good one, too.
Well, are you there within driving distance? Or
no, we just have to do it over the internet. Yeah.
I'm just saying, not a hypothetical. That could be something that has to be addressed later in the year. Because Pat not be around for every week.
You hear that, you two? You're my draft picks.
But I think, it'll be fun. It'd be a different flavor, obviously.
Yeah.
It was different flavor when I did it by myself. I don't know how I did them, but I think they're a little bit morose, and some of them, and I was bitter and angry, and because I was tired and exhausted. Talking by yourself for 2 hours or more, it just gets fucking tedious.
Sure.
Especially when it's about video game topics. When I do the Not So Common podcast and talk about stuff, if it's fun, it's fun. But when you're talking about, what fucking video game news do I got to talk about myself for 10 minutes and do that 20 times in a row, it gets a little awkward. So, all right, I look forward to the Patless CU podcast.
We'll check it out soon.
We'll just say maybe around July.
July.
Maybe. Just hypothetically. We can prepare for it. But we'll see about that. All right, so we got that podcast topic out of the way.
Yep.